Another day in the books here at the 49ers facility, and Steve Wilks stepped up to the podium today before he was even asked the question, had an opening statement where he said that he took full responsibility for the now infamous cover zero call with 16 seconds left in the first half in Minnesota. Wilks said that he wishes that he could take that call back, that he put his players in a bad position. The day after, Kyle Shanahan said the same thing, said that that was a bad call. So that's what Wilks needed to do. It obviously was a poor risk-reward analysis at the time, and you know what? People make mistakes. Players make mistakes. Receivers drop passes. Quarterback miss throws. Defenders miss tackles, and occasionally a coach is going to miss on a play call, and you move on. This whole idea that Steve Wilks has somehow ruined the 49ers defense, though, I mean, people need to pump the brakes. This defense is ranked number 6 in DVOA. They're not number 29 or 30. They're number 6. They finished last season number 1, yes, under DeMeco Ryans. But after week 7, at this point of the year, last year, 49ers were not number 1. 49ers had just given up 44 points to the Kansas City Chiefs. It took the 49ers a little while to turn it around last season. They turned it around right around this time. But the point is that even under DeMeco Ryans, they struggled. DeMeco had trouble dialing up the right blitzes. DeMeco had trouble with his defenders setting edges. The 49ers defense evolved over the course of the season, and Steve Wilks needs to have time to allow it to evolve as well. It's just all about fairness and fairness of evaluation. So that's where the 49ers are right now. They have the personnel, they have the players. They're in a position where they think they can turn this around and turn into one of the top units in the league again. They're at number 6. They're not at number 30. Mistakes were made. Shanahan and Wilks both acknowledged those mistakes. Now it's time to see what the 49ers can do against Joe Burrow, with Brock Purdy back at practice, still working through that concussion protocol.
Yeah, I think, obviously whenever you lose, you're pretty upset. But in this league, it really is 17 one-week seasons, and you just got to get back to the drawing board and fix mistakes and capitalize on your strengths and execute on Sunday.
I missed you last week, but last week I realized it was the 1-year anniversary of the trade coming here. I don't know if you've had time to reflect on what it's meant for you in your career, but what has it meant for you? How important was it?
Oh man, I mean, it's meant the world to me, just to be a part of this team, to be a part of this organization, and obviously I'm extremely happy to be here. I'm so thankful that they gave up, picks to get me here. It's changed my perspective on so many things. I feel like I've learned so much. Every day I feel so fortunate to be a part of this team, and like I said, it just means the world to me.
What's something that has changed your perspective?
Well, the sophistication of football, for one, and just kind of how offensive football looks. Obviously I've had a lot of different coaches over my career, and I've learned a lot. And then getting here and kind of seeing how and why they do things is so cool. So every day for me, I feel like kid in a candy store, just learning all the different ways to run the ball, the purpose behind a lot of the routes, pass scheme, and just continuing to grow and learn as a fan of the game, obviously, and as a player on this team.
The best outcome that could have happened after kind of getting this
I would say so. Definitely. I think, especially as a running back, anyone who knows anything knows that this is a special offense to do as a running back, and to learn from these coaches to, be in the locker room with guys, like the ones that are here, is pretty special.
Get a sense of appreciation there of your touchdown streak going and being one away from Lenny Moore. Do you know who Lenny Moore is, or are you learning and all this record stuff?
We just gotta keep it going. I try not to talk about it.
Like a no-hitter.
Just not talk about it. Keep it rolling.
Christians, when you guys were 5-0 and just crushed the Cowboys, everyone had you guys obviously in the Super Bowl and you're going to win the Super Bowl. Is the last 2 weeks, I guess, been humbling, as the NFL will do, and just collectively for the team?
Yeah, I mean, It's funny. It's my 7th year. I've been a part of teams where we started out 5-3 and finished 5-11. I've been a part of teams that started 6-2 and finished 6-10. And you can't even look into the emotion of it. You just have to play each week as if it's its own. And that's really what I try to do. It's the NFL. Every team's good. I don't care what their record is. That's why they say any given Sunday. So for us, we have a lot of really talented players, but it's still about who executes the best on Sunday. And I think that's what it boils down to. So it's really just one week at a time and treating it that way.
He's a fool.
You potentially have another game without
He's been great. I think he's gelling in great with those guys. Obviously, he's got a good mentor. But, not just individually, but being able to play along Banks and the other guys, and just the communication, just getting a full week, another week under his belt has been great.
Last one, guys.
Block practicing today and just him being back out there and just your experience with Sam.
I think, obviously, for me, it's just about getting to the right spot and getting open for, the quarterback and hitting the holes when I get the handoffs.
Question, I'm sneaking one in. What's your favorite Halloween costume you've ever worn?
Favorite Halloween costume? Me and my buddy went as Harry and Lloyd one time from Dumb and Dumber. That's probably my favorite one.
You're really going to need to produce receipts of that.
Wait, which one were you?
Which one were you?
I'm blonde, so I was Harry.
Thanks, guys.
Next man up, next quarterback.
What kind of rapport do you feel like you built and the receivers have built with Sam?
I'm not sure about the quarterback situation and stuff like that, but same as any other position. Let's do what we have to do to go out there and try to win a football game. So next person up.
What kind of, you're working with Sam in practice. How much have you worked with him just outside of training camp at all?
Not really. I mean, he's not the quarterback. We're working with the quarterback.
Yeah.
So, we'll see what the plan is this week and how Brock's feeling. But like I said, I don't know too much about that.
How do you feel about just where the team is right now from an emotional standpoint coming off these 2 losses?
I think everybody's trying to figure that out. It's been a little bit different for us coming off 2 losses, not losing for a while now in the regular season, going back to last year. So this is the second week we're coming into work looking at each other as not coming out on the winning side, so it's a little bit different for everybody. So everybody's trying to figure it out. But the main thing is getting back to work today.
Did the Vikings do anything significantly different against you in the second half defensively?
I don't think so. They did the same stuff in the first half. I think the second half they just had lined up towards them, and the coverage didn't allow us to get to where we wanted to in terms of football. So.
Fred was saying the other day, he felt like you guys need to still figure out how to win these grinding games. When it's close, kind of slow-scoring games. You guys have had experience winning games of all types over the last few years. Is that something you have to kind of redo every year with every team, or should that be kind of ingrained at this point?
I think it's different every game, but just coming down to a couple of plays in the game, or at the end of the game, coming down to just the last few drives, no matter what goes on throughout the course of the game, we've been in position at the end of the game twice to still win a football game. So, that's what we're
is that one of those things that once you get one like that, then there's kind of confidence and you can do it? Does that help?
I think we feel like even last week in Cleveland, we feel like there was plays that we should have made to get that one. Last week we felt like there was plays that should have been made to get that one as well. But it's the NFL. We have to go out there and do it, and we just didn't get it done. So figure out how that we'll need to get done this week to kind of win.
You'll have one of the key blocks to spring Christian on his touchdown catch. So what was the view once he was by you? And then can you just talk about his knack for finding the end zone?
Yeah, on that play, we knew once he was getting followed over, we knew we had action on it. So once I felt him kind of going by me, I knew there was nobody else left. So we were excited about that one because I felt like that was a turning point in the football game at that point. But always excited to spring guys into the end zone.
Brandon, not in the moment, but looking back, did you notice anything about Brock that would suggest he had a concussion at some point? It's normal.
The quarterback always takes more than his share of the blame, probably. But these last two games, what have you seen from Brock as far as how he's handled that adversity of being the quarterback of 2 losses in a row and throwing 3 interceptions in those games?
I think he's been fine. Just talking to him right now. He's been fine. Because we watched the tape all together. We all know that it didn't just fall on him. I'm sure he has plays that he wish he could have back, and same for all of us. But when we watch the film, we look at it together as a unit. So